How you guys doing? It's 514 Mystic from BookieBullies.com, and this is breaking down the books. And I need a shave. I'm gonna need to get a haircut, a shave, or whatever it is. But I've been out here working hard, giving you guys these free picks. Yesterday we had a pretty decent day, although it was a pretty bad day for basketball, but a pretty good day. Gave you guys 9 picks. Gave you Boston to cover the minus 1.5. Gave you Washington, Toronto over 6.5. Both covered. Calgary versus Carolina under 6.0 covered. Edmonton minus 1.5. That didn't end up happening. Gave you guys Chicago versus Nashville under 6.0. That hit. In the World Series, gave you guys Washington Nationals plus 1.5. That hit. And then in the NBA, we went 0 of 3, which is horrible. I'm gonna have to do better than that. Give you Atlanta, Dallas, and Memphis. Atlanta to cover. They didn't. Trae Young, poor guy, ended up getting injured. Dallas versus Denver under 213.5. Memphis versus Lakers over 218.0. So 5 of 9 on the day, and that was pretty much it. So today we're gonna get right into I'm gonna get right into it. Try to give you guys some winners. Today is Wednesday, and you know what we do. We win on Wednesdays. That's pretty much how it goes. Starting at the top, we got the Tampa Bay Lightning versus New Jersey. Now, yesterday I told you guys that I didn't think Tampa Bay was gonna actually beat the New York Rangers, but I didn't really trust Georgiev. And sure enough, New York ended up pulling off the victory and the upset and blowing out the Tampa Bay Lightnings, who just can't seem to find a way to basically gel and get things done the right fashion. Tonight is not going to get any better for them when they face the Wild the Devils. The Devils have obviously the Devils have a hard time getting victories. They're 2-5-2 on the season. Corey Schneider hasn't won a game yet, and he's going to be at net. He's 0-3 on the season, he's allowing 4 goals a game, very bad. But then they got McElhinney at net for Tampa Bay, and McElhinney can't buy a win right now. I mean, the guy just can't. He can't get a win to save his life. He has a pretty decent save percentage, but I mean, obviously Tampa Bay is not doing a very good job at protecting him. I don't like a play in this game because if I had to give you a play, I'm going to give you the Devils, and that's not smart at all. So I'm just going to skip over that and move along to the Edmonton game. If you guys want some, I could give you guys a little bit of I'll give you a little bit of a rundown if you're interested in betting on that. I suggest you don't. But Jersey's 1-8 at the spread in their last 9 games. We all know that. 2-7 in their last 9 straight up. That's not very good. They're 0-5 at the spread when they face off against Tampa Bay. 0-5 straight up when they face Tampa Bay. And the under is actually hit in 8 of the last 11 times they played at home against this team. And that's according to the historicals. Now, Tampa Bay, on the other hand, is pretty much the same exact thing, but just opposite numbers. The only difference here is the under, and the total actually went under in 5 of Tampa Bay's last 7 games. Period, which is a very interesting number by itself. So if you wanted something, you could go ahead and bet on Tampa Bay and the Devils under. But like I said, Corey Schneider's allowing 4 goals, and McElhinney can't get a win. So 4 + 2 is 6. That's still a under, but I fear for my money by putting the under in this game. I'm just gonna skip over it. Moving along, we got the Edmonton Oilers versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. Edmonton lost yesterday. We had them minus 1.5. I made a parlay just between all of us. Like, I like to keep it transparent. So I made a parlay yesterday, which included Edmonton, and I didn't put the minus 1.5. I ended up putting the money line, which they couldn't even get accomplished. So I would, I'd be remiss if I didn't actually mention that. But today they're in another situation where they're in a back-to-back. We got Mike Smith at net, who he is sporting 2.49 goal against average and a 914 save percentage. They're gonna go up against the starting goalie for Columbus, Corpusalo. Corpusalo has been playing all right. Last time we had Columbus I had Columbus was on Saturday, and they just couldn't get it done. They just couldn't get it done. They went up big, and then they allowed themselves to get blown out 7-4 in that last game. So me personally, I don't like a play in this game. If I had to go with something, I would pick the under. Both these goalies seem to be doing what they have to do for their teams. The under is at 6.0. Columbus is obviously favorite, and they should be because they're home. Oilers are on a back-to-back. If anything, you back Columbus and you hope for the best. I don't like Columbus in this game. They're not even paying enough money for me. If anything, I'll bet the under, but I don't like that pick either. So I'm going to move along to the next game, which is the Minnesota Wild versus the St. Louis Blues. And Minnesota got Devin Dubnyk back at net. Devin Dubnyk been trying to improve his save percentage. He used to be allowing 4.5 goals a game. He's down to 3.92, trying to improve. Jordan Binnington and the world champs are back in the building. Across the last few games, St. Louis has been playing all right. They've had some up and down games, but for the most part they've been playing a pretty decent game altogether. Uh, to be honest, I like the Blues here. I like the Blues to cover, but like I said, Devin Dubnyk been playing a better game, and if anything, I much rather a over in this game, which is a 5.5 and not a very popular pick. It's the 5.5 is favorable for the under, so it's on one of these books that I'm looking at right now. It's paying 210 to 1 for the over, which is a handsome price. And I do think that this game might just go over. Both these teams, well, Minnesota didn't really get much of a rest, but St. Louis has, and I like the over in this game. I like the over in this game, and I think that's gonna be the first play that I give on the show. So it's gonna be the over in the Minnesota game. I lean St. Louis, but I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to accomplish getting past Devin Dubnyk, who's been trying. He's been trying his damnedest to play up to standards, and I like what he's been doing. So I like the under in this game. And just to give you guys a little bit of a rundown, we're gonna go over it over here, let you guys know what's been going on. Honestly, Jordan Binnington, he's been solid, like you know what I mean. But it's just his team; they can't seem to be gathering too many goals. Now, in the last few games, St. Louis hasn't covered any spread, so betting the minus 1.5 is not necessarily a good idea. They're 2-6 at the spread in the last 8 games, meaning to win by 2 goals or more. The totals went over in 7 of their last 10 games at home, so our over, while it's not a very popular pick and it's more favorable for the under, the trend is over right now for St. Louis. And 10 games, I mean, they're not even 10 games deep. This is spanning across the last 2 seasons, but the games have been going over, and they're 1-4 at the spread when they're playing against Minnesota. But this is not the same Devin Dubnyk that we've been playing. So that's pretty much it as far as that goes. So, like I said, I like the over in this game, and I'll live with the results. Moving along, we got the Florida Panthers versus the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado's favorite totals at 6.5. That game's at 10 o'clock. We got Grubauer at net. He's expected, and we got Bobrovsky, who's also expected. Grubauer has been absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the guy is something else. He finally got his first loss against Anaheim on Saturday. I mean, good job by them. They won 5-2. But for the most part, Grubauer has been playing a very, very, very good game. He's 6-1-1 on the season, 2.59 goal against average, and 920 save percentage. Bobrovsky, on the other hand, hasn't been that great. 3.79 goal against average, 8.70 is his save percentage. 87% is really not that good. So if I take 20 shots and I get 4 on you, that's pretty much your 80% right there, or your 87. Don't quote me on that math. Don't quote me on that math. But anyways, I don't like that save percentage right there. And Florida has been struggling on their road trip, and I see that continuing. If anything, give me the minus 1.5 for Colorado. If you guys want the money line, I think it might be a safer route. Give me the minus 1.5. I'll enjoy the winnings, and I'll live with the results. Next, we got Montreal versus Arizona. Arizona's coming off of a big win against Buffalo the other day. They totally outplayed Buffalo. Buffalo should have never even been in that game. They went to overtime, but they should have never even been in that game. Arizona was the aggressor the whole freaking game. They know how to pace the game. They know how to play a very slow pace game, and I like what they've been doing over there. I've been a big fan. If you guys are following the show, you guys hear every time Arizona plays, you guys hear me giving them all the credit in the world. I love what they're doing over there. 7-3, 7-3-1 on the season. They're fourth in the Pacific. Montreal, in no one respects, 5-4-2. They shouldn't even have that many wins, but they're backed by Carey Price, who hasn't been playing that good. He was just under 80%, just under 90%. He's floating at 90.7. and not doing too bad with a 2.76 goal against average. He's trying to increase his save percentage, and he's been doing a pretty good job at it. He's 5-3-1 on the season. I don't understand why they're not playing Kincaid a little bit more. He's been standing on his head, but I mean, when you get paid $8 million a season, you pay. You got to play. We got Antti Ratna, your favorite Antti at net. He's 2-0-1 on the season, one overtime loss. 2.62 goal against average, 9.22. This is going to be a pretty good matchup because you got two guys here. You got two teams here. Power play percentage is actually really, really, really high for Arizona. They're 41% on their power play. They don't rack up as many penalty minutes as Montreal does, but they're pretty evenly matched in that regard. And honestly, in the power play killed, Arizona is like one of the best in the league. So me personally, I like Arizona's chances here. I don't like Montreal on the road. If anything, give me Arizona money line, but that's just where I lean. I much rather go with the under 6.0 in this game. I like a slow paced game, which Arizona is really capable of dictating, and I'm gonna roll with that. That's pretty much it. Pretty evenly matched game, and yeah, I'm gonna have to roll with that. Next, we got Vancouver versus LA. Vancouver been playing out of their mind. LA just can't seem to grab a win. Now they're on a three-game losing streak. LA is, and I mean, could they? Are they really going to continue taking L's? At some point in time, they're going to have to get their 1,000th home win. You know what I mean? So let's see if they're going to be able to do it today. I don't like their chances against Vancouver, but I'm going to check the historicals between them because honestly, like before last year, Vancouver wasn't really a team to sneeze at. Now, in their last few meetings, Los Angeles is 1-4 at home against Vancouver, so they don't do very well on their home ice against Vancouver. They're 1-5 at the spread when playing at home against Vancouver, so they don't really. Uh, Not only do they not win, but they don't cover the spread either. So whether and that goes for both ways. Whether they were favored to win and they couldn't cover a two-goal win radius, or they were underdogs and they couldn't cover a two-goal win radius. That works in both regards. And Vancouver is actually 10-1 at the spread in their last 11 road games. They've been remarkable on the road. The under actually hit in 10 of their last 12 games. But against a guy like Jonathan Quick, who's sporting a horrible save percentage, a horrible goal against average. I mean, Jonathan Quick is not that good right now. 4.48. This just off the top of my head, I was telling you this. I have the numbers right in front of me, and 4.48 is what he's doing. 84% is his safe percentage. I don't like a under here, like you know what I mean. So if anything, everybody's getting a goal. You got a bunch of guys on Vancouver who just know how to play the game. They know how to play well together. They're not necessarily stars, but watch, they're gonna develop into stars. You're gonna see guys, you're gonna see guys blossoming right in front of your eyes. And that's pretty much it. So Vancouver 10-4 at the spread in the last few meetings against these guys. I don't know. I don't like a pick in this game, honestly, because I feel like it might be a little bit of a trap. LA might play with a little bit of firepower, and I'm not sure. But honestly, I think Vancouver covers the spread here. And I'm gonna give it as a bold prediction. I'm gonna give Vancouver minus 1.5. I'm gonna give you guys this pick as a bold prediction, and I'm going to live with the results. But mind you, I'm not telling you this so you guys could go and put it on your ticket. I'm just letting you know as a bold prediction. And again, it's a single pick. You could sprinkle your money on it. But LA is trying to get their 1,000th home win. But they're going to have other chances to get it. They have a whole season ahead of them. They're on a three-game losing streak, and I'd hate to bet on the home team, on a losing team, and I'd hate to bet the under in this situation because the game is actually trending over in their historicals, and that's pretty much it. So I'll give you guys Vancouver minus 1.5. Very highest paying spread for the night. So that's pretty much it. We got World Series baseball today. Moving along from hockey, World Series baseball. Uh, I gave you guys Washington. I told you Washington was going to win the championship before the series even started. I bought Washington to win the series at 3-1. I still believe they win the series. I think the first team, I think like no home team has actually won any of these games yet, and I think that trend continues. Today we got Max Scherzer on the mound for Washington. We got Greinke on the mound for the Houston Astros. and it's gonna boil down to this. I mean, it's the two best words in hockey and sports. I was gonna say hockey. I was gonna say basketball, but the two best words in sports is Game 7, and that's what we got today in the World Series. If they wanted views, they got them, and they're gonna get them tonight. Game 7, Greinke versus Scherzer. I think it's gonna be epic. Give me Washington Nationals as underdogs to win today, and that is what I got. I told you yesterday I gave you guys the plus 1.5 and it hit. Today I got Washington Nationals. I'm gonna live with the results. I'm sorry. It's really as simple as that. Houston should probably win this game. They're on their home floor, and it's probably gonna be epic. But you know what? I got Washington. I gave you guys Washington before, and I'm not shying away from it today. Today I got Washington. We're going to move along to the association where we still don't have any stats for you. I'm not going to give you stats. I'll just let you know what's going on, what I think, and what I think has been horrible. So if you guys want to go ahead and fade me, this is your section because me, I've been killing this hockey. I've been killing the baseball. You know what I mean? It didn't start off too well earlier this month, but I've been killing I redeemed myself and I've been killing the baseball. I've been killing the hockey. Last week, no, 2 weeks ago, we had a pretty bad hockey week. We redeemed ourselves last week, and this week has been going well again. So here's the fading section if you guys really want it. And we're in the basketball. So we got the Bulls versus the Cavaliers. Give me the Cavaliers money line. I don't have any time to think about this. Just off the top of my head, Cavaliers money line. They should not be underdog at home. Give me the Cavaliers straight win. We got Minnesota versus 76ers. 76ers favorite 7.5. Totals at 222.5. I don't have a play in this game. I'm not sure what's going to be happening as far as injuries go. Joel Embiid is always like a sketchy guy on the court. We never know if he's going to play or not. As of right now, we know that the Timberwolves are undefeated. They're 3-0. Karl Anthony Towns been telling the whole world before the season even started, hey, don't sleep on us this year. We're gonna be good. So if anything, you could give me the plus 7.5 for Minnesota. But I honestly like like I don't necessarily like what Philly's been doing, but they haven't been playing up to potential, but they're playing all right. So I would hate to bet against that spread, although it's a little bit high. They need to win by 8 points. But Timberwolves are really not that good. I don't think they're as good as the records say they are, and I don't think they're gonna continue being as good as they are, which is basically undefeated. I don't have a play in this game. If anything, give me the over 222.5. Timberwolves are over team, and I'm gonna live with that. Moving along, we got Knicks, Orlando. Orlando's favorite 9.5 versus the Knicks. Knicks a gritty team. Give me the plus 9.5 for the Knicks. I don't really think that Orlando's going to be able to cover that big of a spread. New York has a lot of feisty guys who's going to be able to match up with the bigs over there in Orlando. And basketball is a 12-man sport. We don't have 24 guys on our team and shit like that. So it's a 12-man sport. Usually about an 8 to 10 man rotation. I like I like the Knicks to cover over here. 209.5 is a little bit low. I feel like it could go over, but I don't like a over in this game. I'd much rather put the Knicks. Detroit versus the Raptors. Raptors got to win by 9.0. That's a lot of points. I don't have a play in this game. If anything, you bet on the Raptors, but I don't have a play in this game. Look out for Andre Drummond, who's probably gonna have to stretch the floor by playing Marc Gasol out in the to the word of the three because he stretches the floor. You got Ibaka who also stretches the floor, so look out for Andre Drummond. If he's at 16.5, 17.5 rebounds, today might not be one of those days that he gets it. If you guys are accustomed to putting those kind of props, the rebounding props and stuff, today might not necessarily be a good day to get it. So yeah. Moving along, Indiana versus Brooklyn. Brooklyn has to cover at some point in time. Give me Brooklyn minus 3.0. I'm gonna like this is the last time I'm betting on Brooklyn until they show me that they could actually do something special. Last time they're at home today. Give me Brooklyn to cover against Indiana, who's still lacking Victor Oladipo, and let's see how they do. We still they got some guys. They got some guys, but give me Brooklyn to cover that 3.0. They took a nasty loss on Sunday. I'm not too pleased about that. And whatever. We move on. We eat our losses. We move on. Boston Celtics versus the Milwaukee Bucks. I like the Bucks over here as underdogs. Sorry, as on the road trip. They're 3.0 favorites. Boston is really not that good. I'm sorry. Like I don't think they're that good, and I'm not scared to bet on them. I think Bucks are gonna win by like 15 points today. And that's pretty much it. I don't think they're that greedy. I don't think they're that good. I don't think Jason Tatum is as good as everybody thinks he is. I don't think Kemba Walker is as good as not even half as good as Kyrie Irving. The guy hasn't even got his assists yet. So and when I say his assists, I mean more than 4 assists. He hasn't done it yet. So, anyways, like, they were complaining about Kyrie Irving having the ball in his hand too much. Kemba Walker can't do any better right now. Yeah, he got 30 points the last game out. I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. Give me the Bucks 3.0. I'll live with that. Houston Wizards. That 8.0 spread is a little bit high, but I mean they should probably cover. I know I'm giving a lot of picks here, but these are no brainers, man. I mean, they're total no brainers, and I think Houston covers this with flying colors. It's an East versus West game, and I think Houston is just gonna have it's gonna be too much to contain for the Wizards. Yeah, they got Bradley Beal, but I think it's just gonna be way too much to contain. If anything, you slip Russell Westbrook on him, who's gonna hack him the whole game. I like Houston to cover that 8.0. It's a big spread, big spread, but I like Houston to cover. Portland versus the total is actually at 233. I think that's a little high, but Washington is an over team, so you could look out for that. If you want, you could put the over. I'd be a little skeptical about it. I wouldn't touch it. If I could buy down on the points, I would buy down on some points, but I wouldn't touch it. Moving along, Portland versus OKC. Portland's a minus 1.5 road favorite. The total's at 220.5. I like the under in this game. I'm not gonna give a pick, but I like the under. I lean under, but I'm not gonna give a pick in that game. I'm gonna have to watch to see. Uh, Portland should probably blow these guys out, but like you never know what's going to happen with Portland. Damian Lillard hasn't found his stride yet. He's been taking a shit ton of shots, but he can't seem to find a bucket. He still finishes with points, but he can't seem to find a hole. And I'm gonna have to skip over that game. Charlotte Kings, I'm skipping over that game also. Kings are a 7.5 favorite, 223 total. I'm gonna skip over that game also. Clippers Utah, very interesting game. Utah is favored by 6.0, and let's see why. This is interesting because last time Clippers played was against Phoenix, and Phoenix ended up beating them. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Devin Booker was barking at Patrick Beverly like, "You're shit, you're garbage. Get the fuck out of here. What do you think this is? You thought you're just gonna walk in here and blow us out?" This is what it sounded like when you were playing in that game. It seems to me like Kawhi Leonard might be out today. And he is. Look at that. The motherfucker is. Sorry, my language. Holy crap. Sorry if you guys are watching with your kids. But yeah, it seems like the guy is getting load management today, which is the reason why Utah's favorite. I don't buy it. Not that I don't buy that he's gonna be resting, but I don't buy that the Clippers are gonna be are should be underdogs in this situation just because Kawhi is not playing. Honestly, the Clippers are the same team that they were last year, despite uh, uh, despite having Kawhi or not having Kawhi. Who they're gonna start in place of him? We're gonna have to see how that works out. Um, my guess, educated guess, in this situation, they would probably have to start like I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know. In this situation, maybe they're gonna go with Jermichael Green, but Jermichael Green, either him or Maurice Harkless, but I'm not sure. Still, educated guess, one of those two guys are probably gonna get the nod to get in today. But yeah, I don't buy the 6.0 favorite. I'm gonna have to monitor that. So look out for me on Twitter, 514 Mystic. And also while you're at it, you can go ahead and smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you guys know what's going on. But yeah, maybe go ahead and I'm gonna wait for that and go ahead and skip over that game for now and see if it's because honestly, I don't buy the Jazz being such a high favorite. 6.0 is a lot still. Clippers are still a gritty team. They're a defensive team and the game could easily go under. So Lou Williams still exists. I don't know. Anyways, next game, Phoenix versus the Warriors. Warriors are favorite all of a sudden. Listen, the last game they played versus the Pelicans had no Drew Holiday. Okay, no Drew Holiday. They were up by 30 and still found a way to win by 10. Mind you, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, D'Angelo Russell were all on the court until the last like 4 minutes of the game. And they still found a way to only win by 10 points. They were up fucking 30 points. Again, sorry if you guys are watching with your kids' language. But they were up 30 points. 30 points. And they still found a way to only win by 10. I don't buy them being disfavored. Phoenix been super hard. They've been a hard team to gauge. You know what I mean? They've been a gritty team. They're not just gonna roll over and get blown out. I like Phoenix here, but I'm gonna skip over that game altogether. If anything, give me the over, but I'm skipping over that game altogether. This shit is a trap. Don't believe in the hype. Don't believe Golden State is covering that spread just because you've seen them light up the Pelicans, who had really no defensive backbone. But that's it for me. I've been your host. 514 Mystic. Go ahead and smash that like button. Like I said, comment. Let me know what you're doing, if you've been fading me, if you've been winning. And I'm going to give you the Bookie Bullies rundown just to let you know what we got on the night. So starting from the top, we got the over in Minnesota versus St. Louis, over 5.5. We got the over 6.0 in the the under 6.0 in the Montreal versus Coyotes game. We got Vancouver Canucks minus 1.5. In the World Series, we got the Washington Nationals money line. In basketball, we got the Cavaliers money line. We got the over in the Timberwolves game, over 222.5. We got the Knicks to cover a plus 9.5 spread. We got Brooklyn to cover the 3.0. We got Milwaukee to cover the 3.0. And we got Houston to cover a minus 8.0 tonight. So that's 10 plays. Shit, I've been giving you guys a lot of 10 plays. You know what I mean? Hopefully we do better than what we did yesterday. Yesterday we did 5 of 9. Day before we did 5 and 10. So 5 of 10, which was 50%. So anyways, we're trying to do way better than that. Some of these numbers pay you out a lot, so even if you win a half of them, you probably make more money than you lost. Anyways, that's it for me. BOL. As I tell you all the time, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So please don't bet what you can't afford to lose. Be safe, be good, and I'll see you again tomorrow.